Hello friends, today we will learn operators in TypeScript. Basically, an operator defines some function that will be performed on the data. The data on which operators work are called operands. The major operators in TypeScript can be classified as arithmetic operators, logical operators, relational operators, bitwise, assignment, ternary or conditional operators, string operator, and type operator. So we will study all these operators today step by step. So first of all we start with arithmetic operators. So open your Visual Studio Code IDE and create a file app.ts. So let's start. uh, I already have app.ts file. So first of all we will write three variables of number data type. Let's take number 1 and initialized it with value 10. Similarly, copy paste it, and second variable initialized it with value 2 and name it as number 2. Third variable, which is a result, and initialized it with value 0. So we will study addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and modulo, which is also known as remainder, and then increment, and then decrement. We will study all these operators, which is arithmetic operators, with examples. So first of all we take addition operator. Result equal to number 1 plus number 2 and semicolon, then print it res. So this will print 10 plus 2 12. So type tsc, which is TypeScript compiler, and name of your file. Then node app.js, and it will print 12. Now similarly we can use subtraction. It will returns 8. Similarly we can use multiplication. It will multiply number 1, number 2, and the result will be saved in result, which is 20. Similarly we can use division, which is represented as forward slash, and then modulo is represented as percentage sign. So in this case, in case of modulo, we will get 0 as a result. So compile your app.ts and then run node app.js. So 0 is a remainder. Similarly increment, in case of increment we use double plus symbol. Actually number 1 incremented by 1, so value of number 1 is 10. After increment its value will be 11 and will be saved in variable result. So when we print it we will get 11 as a result. Similarly we can use decrement, and decrement will decrease value of 10 by 1, so we will get 9 as a result. So that's it for arithmetic operators. The next operator is relational operators. Basically relational operators test or define the kind of relationship between two expressions are between two entities. Relational operators always return a boolean value which is true or false. So we replace result data type number with the boolean and remove initialization. So the first relational operator we will use here is increment operator. Sorry, increment, not increment, greater than operator number 2. So in this case, as you can see, number 1 is greater than number 2. So in this case, in result we have true value. So console.log will print true. So compile your code and run your code, you will get true as a result. The second relational operator is less than. So number 1 which is 10, 10 less than 2, false. So it will return false as a result. The third relational operator is greater than equal to. Actually, greater than equal to checks number 1 is greater than number 2. If it is greater than, it will return true. Otherwise it will check number 1 is equal to number 2. If both numbers are equal, then true will be saved in a result. So in this case number 1 is greater than, so we will get true as a result. The next relational operator is equal to. Equal to, basically we use double equal for equal operator. Equal operator basically compare number 1 and number 2 and see if both numbers are equal, it will return true, otherwise it will return false. So in this case, number 1 which is 10 and number 2 which is 2, so both numbers are not equal, we have false in result res variable. Similarly, next is less than equal to. In this case, it compiler will see a number 1 is less than, which is 10, and 10 is not less than number 2, so it will return false. The last operator is not operator. Actually, it is also called negation operator. So it will what it does, it does actually number 1 is number 1 not equal to number 2. So let's see what it prints. Compile your code and run your code. So it returns true. The next operator is a logical operator. Basically, logical operators are used to combine two or more conditions. Logical operators also return a boolean value as a result. So our first logical operator is AND operator. It is represented as double, just like this. So let's take number 1, number 2 as boolean variables. Change number 1 data type from number to boolean, and similarly number 2 boolean, and result is also a boolean. We have 3 variables of boolean data type. So we rename it number 1 with B and number 2 with C. So first of all we see B and C. So AND operator basically returns true if both B and C both are true. So we must initialize it these variables B with true and C with false. So in this case B is true and C is false, and we know logical AND operator returns true if both B and C are true, otherwise it returns false. So in this case we will get false as a result. So to see output, compile your code and run your code. So the result is false. The next operator is logical OR operator, which is represented by two pipe symbols. Logical OR basically compare B and C and returns true if one of them is true. So otherwise it returns false. So in this case we have B as a value true and C as a false. So in this case B is true, it will returns true. If uh, C is true and B is false, in that case it will return true. But if both B and C are false, in this case it will returns false. So in this case it will returns true. So compile your code and run your code. So the result is true. The third logical operator is a NOT operator, which is also known as negation, not of B. Actually this NOT operator converts the value of B or revert the value of B. For example, in this case value of B is true. When we apply NOT operator with B, it will converts B to false. Similarly, if we apply NOT operator with C, as we uh, as we can see a value of C is false. So after applying negation or NOT operator, it will be converted to true. So to see the output, compile your code and run your JavaScript file. So the result is true. The next operator is assignment operator, as we have used in our previous examples. Actually, assignment operator assigns values from the right hand side operand to the left side of operand. So this is the functionality of assignment operator. Next is string concatenation operator. For string concatenation we use addition symbol, and the addition operator or string concatenation operator, when applied to strings, basically it appends the second string to the first string. So let's take example here. We take two variables B with string and its initial value is hello, and the second variable is C and its value is word. So we print these B and C. We also need to change its data type, which is string. Then we can apply concatenation operator, B plus C. So it will concat hello world and print it together. So compile your code and run your JavaScript file. So here is hello world as a result. Now we have the next operator is conditional or ternary operator. Basically, this operator is used to represent a conditional expression. The goal of the operator is to decide which value should be assigned to the variable. It is represented as a question mark with colon. And syntax of ternary or conditional operator is variable d equal to, here we have any expression, and then we have question mark. If this expression is true, in that case value 1 will be assigned to variable d, and if expression returns false, in that case value 2 will be assigned to variable d. So let's take example. We take two variables, variable 1 and variable 2, with data type is number, and number 2 with data type number. So replace it with expression number 1 greater than number 2. So this is our expression. If number 1 greater than number 2, if this expression returns true, in that case value 10 will be assigned to d, otherwise value 20 will be assigned to variable d. So in this case number 1, which is 1, is not greater than number 2. In that case expression will returns false. So if it returns false, value after colon will be assigned to variable d. So we print d. So in this case it will print 20 as a result. So compile your code and then run your code. So the result is 20. The next operator is type of operator. Type of operator is a unary operator, and this operator returns the data type of the operand. For example, here we use type of operator with variable number 1. So in this case, as we know, data type of number 1 is number, so it will print number as a result. So compile your code and run your code. So here is a number as a result. Similarly, you can use number 1 as a boolean. So in this case it will print boolean, compile your code and run your code. Console dot log, sorry, it is returning undefined. Let me check. Define, actually we need to define its value. Now compile your code again and run your code again. So here we have boolean as a data type. The last operator is instance of operator. Basically this operator is used with objects, so we will study this in our next videos. So bye bye, thank you.